Hi everyone, this is Stephanie. My YouTube channel is Lucky Snugs, and today I would like to share with you the St. Patrick's Day themed pen pal flipbook that I made. I made this for a private swap. It's going to someone in Hawaii. And I have to say it came together pretty easily for me. I really love St. Patrick's Day. Green is my favorite color. I love anything with shamrocks or clovers on it, and I just really enjoyed making this one, and it just flowed together really well for me. I tied it shut with a gold ribbon. And to make this book, I used a mini file folder. It's made by a company that sadly is no longer in business. It was called the Rusty Pickle, and I was just heartbroken when they went out of business. But I happened to have a few things saved, and I used them on labors of love. So I punched a circle out so that you can see the glittered shamrock on the next page. And over here, I just stamped out the phrase, "So lucky." And I used a library stamp here for the date March 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day. And up here, I made a label for the tab out of one of those old-time plastic label makers where you squeeze it and it punches each letter out individually. And I open it up, and this is a tag from Heidi Swap, and it says Lucky number 7. And here is a tab label that I made. I just cut it out from a piece of scrapbook paper that had lots of phrases, Irish phrases on it, and I could just cut them out, and I've gotten a lot of use out of it. I open it up, and on this side it says "Good Stuff," and I stamped an image of a rose, and then I quoted a line from the song My Wild Irish Rose. So it says, "My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows." And here I've written an Irish proverb. It reads, "May your clovers have leaves of 4, may your luck be evermore." And another label that I cut out from that scrapbook sheet. And I flip this over, and I have a couple of tags that flip. This one has a picture of me. I ran a Shamrock half marathon. It's a picture of me with the medal. And when I flip it over, I've written about my experience running the half marathon. And here I have a tag with a rose on it. And I flip it over, and it has my list, my currently list, and currently watching, listening, reading. And here I've written about how much I love St. Patrick's Day. And another tab label cut out from that sheet, and it says March. And here is the front of a greeting card with Snoopy on it. I just love Snoopy, and I've used this because it has the color green. I bought a stack of Snoopy greeting cards from the stationery company Current. They have a lot of Peanuts things if you like Snoopy. And on the back, I mentioned how much I love Snoopy, and then I put some green ink on a heart. Here I have a library card that I made. And this is a clothing label, the tag. I really like the clothing company Lucky brand. And so I save all their tags from the clothes. And then on the side where it lists the price and the size and everything, I put a scrap of paper on it. And then I cut out one of those, I cut out another heart from the glittered corrugated cardboard. This is a Tim Holtz piece of ephemera. It says Lucky Bill. And a basic gray punch-out tag. This is a sheet from a children's book. It's a little golden book called The Color Kittens. And I've gotten a lot of use out of that book. And this part tells a story about how the kittens are trying to come up with the color green, and they're mixing paint. And they finally get it right. And here I have a couple of Tim Holtz cards from a deck called Found Relatives. And this one has 2 little girls at the beach. You can see the back there. And this one has 2 children who are posing with some fish. And another handmade label. This says Lucky. And this label says Pot of Gold. And I turn this over, and I have my vellum pouch of goodies. And it's mounted on or clipped onto a tag from Heidi Swap. It says Lucky. And I stitched the vellum shut to make a bag. And I gotta tell you, I'm finding it hard to sew on vellum. It's very slippery, and that stitches can be kind of jaggedy, so I have to make sure I hold it really firmly. I'll show you what I put in the basket. First I have a teeny tiny turtle. It's made cut out of resin or something. I bought it in Chinatown in San Francisco. A little tiny playing card from San Francisco. I live about 20 minutes outside San Francisco, so I like to include something from San Francisco in all of my swaps because it's such an awesome city. This is a piece of cardboard I cut out from a Lucky Charms box. I bought a box of Lucky Charms just so I could have all the graphics and everything. And I gotta tell you, I got a lot of mileage out of that box. Plus, I got to eat Lucky Charms. It says, "What's the story in your bowl?" Just a shimmery little flower, a vellum tag, a little arrow you can attach with a brad and it can hold something down. Another item cut out of the Lucky Charms box. It says, "Bring their magic to life." And this is a little metal tab for a folder, and it has an epoxy sticker on it. And here's the reason I bought the Lucky Charms, just so I could have that little leprechaun guy. And on the back, I've made a top 5 list. It's top 5 signs that your leprechaun is a phony. I'll go ahead and read it just in case you're curious. Top 5 signs that your leprechaun is a phony. Number 5, his name is Pierre. Number 4, he plays for the Celtics. Number 3, he buys his clothes at the Big and Tall store. Number 2, he keeps calling you dude. And the number 1 sign that your leprechaun is a phony, he keeps trying to convince you that Erin go bra means to remove your brassiere. And this is the last page, and it says, "Proud to be Irish." I cut out the "proud to be" from a junk mailer that came advertising a new liquor store. So I cut it out, and then I stamped Irish onto some canvas, cut out a green heart, and then I mounted it on cheesecloth, which I use quite a bit because I like how light it is. It doesn't add a lot of bulk, but it's got these really nice fibers that really kind of add some interest. And to adhere the Lucky Charms cardboard onto here, I have this paper clip, and it's got a gem on it. And then over on the back, it was just plain metal, so I cut out a little circle from that scrap of paper that had a little clover on it, and I adhered it with a glue dot and then just some glue. And then on the back page, I have the word Lucky from Lucky Charms, and then this elastic that I bought from 7 Gypsies. It's kind of like a hair tie, and it will hold the letter in place once I write it. So I really like that. I thought it was clever. And I'll show you some of the extras that I put in with the swap. This is a charm, and it's a little round box, and it opens up. And then a couple of photographs of sunsets where I run every night. And the recipient of the folder lives in Maui, which is just famous for its gorgeous sunsets. So I thought she might like to see what our sunsets look like. They're not as nice as Maui's, but they're nice. A label from some narcissus bulbs. A box of Boston baked beans, because there's so many Irish people in Boston. And then I figured she probably wouldn't get the joke because it's, first of all, not very funny, but also kind of random. So I cut out a heart on shamrock paper, and I wrote, "Because there are so many Irish people in Boston." So she'll understand why I included it. And then a little file folder that she can use in one of her own projects if she chooses. And then I wanted to show the mailer that I put together. This is, it's a recycled one. Someone else sent me a swap in it. And it was made of brown craft paper. It's a bubble mailer. And I just glued some scrapbook paper onto it. And then I went around all of the edges with plastic postal packing tape. And I got to tell you, it seems pretty sturdy. I'm pretty sure it's going to hold up really well. And I think it's, yeah, it's pretty. And it gives me a chance to use the some of the scrapbook pages that I bought when I was newer to the hobby. And I just thought they were so pretty, but they really don't go with my style. And it gives me a chance to use some of the really pretty pages I have that I'm not necessarily going to use otherwise. So that is it. My Nice, happy St. Patrick's Day pen pal folder swap. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.